Thanks for inviting me in this occasion. It's very important that we talk about this topic in this moment when the AI Act is being implemented and the new policies are being created at European level to develop our competitiveness on AI and to preserve our social model. It's a big fight because we have a lot of pressures coming from economic powers, also from outside the EU, to actually destroy our social model. And instead, we need to use new technologies to strengthen our social fabric and guarantee a better life to our workers. This means that we need the rules, that we need policies, that we need the national and European actions. But I can tell you briefly on my work as a rapporteur on the AI Act and to bring a bit of a contribution to the discussion of today. I hope it will be useful. I can underline that we decided to put inside the AI Act the possibility for further protections at national level. This was very important to avoid that the AI Act would be considered as a limit to further protection for workers in national legislation. And we have put an obligation of transparency for workers to know, workers and workers' representatives, about all the use cases that are being done in workplaces with AI. All the usage of AI in workplaces must be done in a transparent way. And we have prohibited emotion recognition of workers. So we do not want emotion recognition to be used as a pressure on workers, which is already possible through AI systems. And most important of all, I would say, we have put the workplace as a use case context that is always a high risk categorized use case. What does it mean concretely outside the law jargon? It means that the usage of AI systems in the workplace context will always be treated as a high risk use. And this means that the system that would be introduced in the workplace will need to be checked on a series of parameters: quality and appropriateness of data, cybersecurity, human control, so to be sure that it will respect fundamental rights, it will not be discriminatory, it will not be used in an improper way against workers. I think this is very, very important. And obviously, it will be important to act also on the national level. First of all, to have strong enforcement mechanisms that is not only the European AI office, but also the national authorities to implement the law correctly and so fight any kind of abuse and discrimination that can happen in any context with the use of AI, but especially looking at the topic of today, at the workplace use of AI. And also we need social policies, fiscal policies, policies for training and education that needs to be supported by European funds, yes, but also they need to be done with national policies and national funding. This is a mix of actions that we need to pursue. The AI Act also deals with larger issues that in some cases can be connected also to the well-being of workers. I mentioned one issue that is the transparency around the use of synthetic materials and so the use of AI-generated content. We want to make it clear when AI-generated content is being shown that this is synthetic, this is not original, this is not natural, it's the result of AI creation or manipulation. This is important also to avoid crimes happening in the context of the workplace. We know of manipulation and threats happen to workers by the misuse of deepfakes. So you see there are also other issues that we could mention. Also the forbidden of the misuse of biometric cameras that are now only authorized by a judge for a very specific series of criminal actions to avoid mass surveillance and pressures on workers. So these are some examples of the further areas that are connected. But then it's very important to underline that we also need to build a strong competitive model with industrial policies that deal with our model of developing an AI that is human-centric. I think it's important to underline this in the end of my message, that the resources, so a new next generation EU, that is something that from the Parliament we have been pushing, is crucial to ensure that we have a budget of the European Union that is sufficient to support the development of a human-centric AI developed in Europe with European values, and that can be an instrument of development of jobs, of economic opportunity in Europe. But this needs to be done following our rules. We do not want that simplification becomes deregulation. This is something we are dealing with now in Parliament, and I'm sure that on this topic and all the issues I mentioned, we will need to continue discussing together also with all of you. So thank you very much, and see you soon.